team slash booth, and he actually challenged Dean Ambrose for the U.S. title. And that really set up for this, and Big E Langston, he did win, but he won via countout, therefore he didn't retain. But Big E Langston, he has been looking impressive for weeks now. I think that we can all say he is a future World Heavyweight Champion. Then we get our handicapped Hell in a Cell match, CM Punk versus Ryback and Paul Heyman. Interesting promo Paul Heyman cut. WWE personnel, they may have botched up the entrance from what we could tell at first. But overall, it really was impressive because Paul Heyman, he got on top of the cell and then the cell was locked. And then CM Punk, he was like in disbelief. It's like, I'm supposed to be fighting you. I have this match. I chose a stipulation. You should be in here. Ryback attacks CM Punk inside the cell. This match is underway. The crowd, the big pop, really, for CM Punk is always. He always gets a big pop from the crowd. But as soon as this match started, it was very noticeable that the crowd were chanting, Goldberg! Goldberg! Those just roared. I swear you could see the entire arena shake when they were yelling that out. It was just crazy. It was crazy, and it was a good match overall. You hate it when you see a character like Ryback, who is really trying to be built up as a character and to look good, but CM Punk did go over, and of course it would send everyone home happy. But if you thought that was time to go home, well, it wasn't. Because we have more matches. You haven't even seen the main event yet. So really, let's go ahead and continue on here. A very impressive match. After the match, I always love it when they can get on top of the cell and fight. I just love it. I loved the Indian style Hell in a Cell match that Mankind and The Undertaker did back in, I think it was 98, if I'm not mistaken. A great match. A heck of a match, really. And I loved it that CM Punk got on top of the cell, beat the living crap out of Heyman. Just beautiful. That candlestick, he would repeatedly whack, 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 and whack him. And, Heyman's, he's got to be taken out after that. And nonetheless, Heyman was taken out. He didn't appear on this week's WWE TV. And I have confirmed, via source, that Paul Heyman will not be back in the WWE until WrestleMania time, when Brock Lesnar comes in to the fray. Which also means, are the Paul Heyman guys, Curtis Axel and Ryback, done? Very, very interesting topic there. It really is. So remember what we said earlier. It's not time to go home yet. If you were sitting there at the audience, this was a main event type match, but it wasn't. It wasn't the main event, sadly. But, really it could have been. It really could have been. But, WWE, they were saving up for the WWE Championship match, trying to reserve its legitimacy, so to speak. Next, we get the Los Matadores versus the Real Americans, Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro. It was an okay match, I always love Zeb Coulter's promos, but, you had to believe the Los Matadores were going to go over this match, and they did. After the match, El Torito, or El Dorito, as Coulter and JBL would put it, he's coming to the ring to celebrate, and, Zeb crawled in the ring, was very upset, and he didn't realize that he was being surrounded by the Los Matadores and El Torito. El Torito charges in, but ends up taking out Cesaro while he was trying to save Zeb Torito sends Zeb to the floor. Gore! 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 As you could say. And then leaps from the top rope out to the floor and takes out Swagger, Matadores, and Torito celebrate in the ring as the Real Americans head up the ramp. Then we get a promo video for tonight's World Heavyweight Championship title match. And then this match is next. We get John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio. A+ match. And that's all I have to say is A+ match. Just great. You know, I never liked Alberto Del Rio, and I still won't like him. But with him and John Cena, they can put together a heck of a match. Very impressive from both. You had to believe Cena was going to win, and he did. And he is the new World Heavyweight champion. Just great to have that championship belt around Cena. You had to believe WWE wasn't going to have Cena lose in his return debut, and they didn't. Cena won. You know, after the match, we were really waiting for Damien Sandow to come down and cash in, but he didn't. Then we get our WWE Divas title match. Brie Bella versus AJ Lee. A+ match, because, of course, anything with AJ Lee in it is gonna be good. You know it is. And, of course, she retained. You also have to believe that WWE does this thing with a lot of their superstars. You know, you realize, you know, when you have the champion on TV and they lose for like 4 weeks straight, and then when the pay-per-view is here, they win. You had to believe that's what WWE was doing here. You know, AJ Lee, she just needs that title to be around her. In fact, I really think that she is saving and also help building up the Divas division once again. Well, after this match, we get a backstage segment with Bob Backlund, Darren Young, and Titus O'Neil to promote the new WWE 2K14 video game. Then we see Shawn Michaels and Triple H backstage talking again, and this time it looks like there's tension. HBK walks off in his referee gear. Then we get a promo for tonight's main event. A Hell in a Cell for the vacant WWE Championship. Daniel Bryan versus the face of the WWE, Randy Orton. We go to the ring, and out comes the special referee, Shawn Michaels. Randy Orton is out next as the cell hangs high above the ring. Daniel Bryan is out next to the biggest "Yes! Yes! Yes!" chant that you could hear for miles. It was just erupting throughout the entire arena, and you had to believe everyone was behind Daniel Bryan. Let me just start off by saying that this is a solid B+ match. Just let me start off by saying that. I'm going to explain to you why it is a solid B+ match. For one thing, I would like to just say that I predicted just about this entire pay-per-view right, except I would have had Sandow cash in. But that's the only thing I got wrong in this pay-per-view, but otherwise, I predicted everything as it would. And if you saw last week's debut edition of The Score, it was our Hell in a Cell preview. I gave you predictions. It was a match-by-match preview. We spent at least 20-25 minutes on it. It was great. And really, that's what has happened here. It really is. It's what happened on this pay-per-view. I'm just gonna say that we do have a new WWE Champion, Randy Orton. Now, near the end of this match, Shawn Michaels did turn heel. Hold on, I'm sorry, kids. He turned heel. He did. Super kicked Daniel Bryan. Randy Orton pinned Daniel Bryan. After the bell, HBK immediately heads to the back. Orton celebrates with the WWE title as Triple H begins to get up and look around, and a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view goes off the air. This brings us into a very special edition of Monday Night Raw, our Aftermath. What happened? Well, Raw kicked off with photo stills from last night's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. And then we are welcomed to Monday Night Raw, live from Orlando, Florida. The home of TNA Impact Wrestling, Orlando, Florida. We kick things off with the new World Heavyweight Champion, John Cena. You know, Cena came out to a mixed reaction, cheers and boos, and, you know, he notes it, obviously. I'm back, Cena says. Y'all miss me, he said before chuckling. You know, he brings out JBL, and he's talking to JBL. Thank you, JBL, for being skeptical at ringside, because it made me come back even faster and more powerful. JBL says, you're welcome, under his breath. And, I don't know for what, he says. You know, Cena said he had him sitting at home, as I just said, you know. JBL disagreed. JBL, you know, he proved JBL wrong. JBL sadly had to say, yes, you did. But, you know, Cena paused here in a little bit. He said, you know, what happens now? What's next for the World Heavyweight Champion? The new World Heavyweight Champion. Well, besides all the "you suck" chants from every single male in that arena, out comes Damian Sandow. Very serious Damian Sandow comes down and says, I could cash in on you right now, but I won't. He starts to head back. Then Cena's like, walks over to him and is like, bring it on, punk, bring it on. Damian Sandow just like, meh, shrugs it off, starts walking away. Cena turns his back. Sandow hits him right in the face with the briefcase. All hell breaks loose. Sandow just dominates Cena. I mean, he is just taking Cena out. It looks like he almost breaks Cena's just re-healed arm on the steel steps. Cena's like, bring a referee down. I'm cashing in. I'm cashing in. I just want to point out that this is the longest cash-in I think we've ever had. But, nonetheless, referee gets down there. The bell rings. Ding, 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 ding. We have a World Heavyweight Championship match kicking off right now. Sandow continues to work on the arm. Near fall for Sandow. Cena thrown into the ring post. And another near fall as Cena drives knees into the injured arm. You know, Cena with a belly-to-belly from Sandow. Still in control of the match. Suplex by Cena. Cena with a back body drop. Cena with a front slam to Sandow now. Cena goes for the 5-knuckle shuffle. Sandow goes for the bad arm and delivers a swinging neckbreaker. Sandow with the Irish whip into the corner. Cena delivers the AA, but Sandow rolls out of the ring. Cena follows to the outside and picks Sandow up, rolling him back into the ring. Cena locks in the STF in, but Sandow breaks out of it and hits another neckbreaker. Sandow looks for the You're Welcome move. Cena counters with a big slam and gets a near fall. Sandow locks the STF on Cena. And then Cena powers out. Cena goes for another AA, but Sandow counters with another You're Welcome finisher. And Sandow seats Cena on the top turnbuckle. Sandow hooks Cena up for a superplex, but Cena counters with punches and headbutts, knocking Sandow to the mat. Cena off the top rope, misses with the crossbody. Sandow picks up Cena. Cena counters and hits the final AA for the 3 count. And the winner and still World Heavyweight Champion, John Cena. Very dramatic, very great, solid cash-in. Both of these men should be praised for their work. Cena, we're all surprised he worked on such a high level, especially since his return. Sandow, he has proved there that he can work at a very high level. Very impressive 30 minutes of Monday Night Raw, and the whole hour of Monday Night Raw really went strong. It really did. And that is just some of the aftermath that we witnessed for the World Heavyweight Championship, bringing legitimacy back to the championship. You know, the night was full of rematches and maybe one new debut of Samurai on Monday Night Raw. Not on pay-per-view, but on Raw. But we're going to really talk about Randy Orton's championship celebration real quick. You know, his celebration, You know, Triple H and Stephanie come out, they all hug, and, you know,